Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, here to do your weekly intuitive reading for Monday, April 12th through Sunday, April 18th, 2021. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Animal Wise Tarot deck by Ted Andrews for the main message for everyone. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Psychic Reading Cards by Debbie Malone and Amelia Chidolescu. So just a reminder that we are now halfway through the month of April with this reading. So if you haven't already watched the monthly intuitive reading for the month of April, you'll want to make sure to go onto my YouTube channel and watch that complete with the numerological influence for the month of April, the astrological highlights for the month of April, messages from our angels and guides for the collective, as well as a special message card depending on your stone of choice. So for this weekly reading, let's start by taking a look at our stones of choice for your special message. So these are all jasper this month, and there's lots of different kinds of jasper, I guess I should say this week. Lots of different kinds of jaspers out there. This one is called snake skin jasper, and you can see that the markings on this particular jasper looks a little bit like a snake skin here. And this particular stone is very protective and calming. It shields one from psychic attack and negative influences. It also guards you from others' negative thoughts and actions. So other people's negative thoughts and actions. It protects you against that as well. Your second stone of choice is picture jasper. You can see this beautiful brown stone that it's got all these little almost like hieroglyphic markings on it. And this is why they call this picture jasper. And this is powerful, a powerful grounding stone, a powerful connection to earth energy and messages from the ancients who walked the earth. It also helps to bring peace and comfort. And then your last stone of choice, this is a new jasper that I found recently. Got to pick it up here. This one's called Dragon's Blood jasper. It's a green jasper with little spots of red on there. So Dragon's Blood jasper. This is a protector of life, helps with increased strength and endurance. It helps to boost one's focus and resilience, and it ignites one's creativity. So again, your stones of choice are the snakeskin jasper, the picture jasper, or the Dragon's Blood jasper. So let's talk about the astrological energies of the week. So on Wednesday, the 14th of April, we have Venus, planet of love, relationships, personal resources, and finances, moving out of Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, and moving into Taurus. Now, Taurus is one of the two signs that Venus naturally rules in the zodiac. The other one is Libra. Venus ruling Taurus, that Taurus energy is all about our personal resources, our values, our money, our finances. So Venus is going to be strong within that realm right now for the next few weeks while she's in this sign of Taurus. It's grounding, it's sensual, it's practical, it's persistent, it's determined. So again, when it comes to any kind of projects that deal with money and finances, any situations or events, or circumstances in your life that deals with what you value, your values, or again, your personal resources like money. This is going to highlight that at this time. On Friday, the 16th, the Sun, which is still in Aries, is going to be challenging Pluto. Now, the Sun is our self-identity, our self-confidence, how we shine our light. It's in Aries, which is very independent, strong, leadership-oriented, take charge. It's a fire sign, so it's very dynamic. And Pluto rules power and control. Pluto rules death and rebirth. Pluto rules transformation and transmutation. So when the Sun is squaring Pluto, we might have some power and control issues with authority in our life. The Sun can rule authority figures, masculine authority figures. So there may be some power and control issues where we need to own our power, stand in our power, take our power back. The Sun squaring Pluto could also bring about great transformation and change in our lives as far as who we are, our confidence in ourselves, might be a little shaken, but it's so that this death and rebirth process can take place within us and help us to move forward, standing strong, standing in a space of courage to move forward. Also on Friday the 16th and into Saturday the 17th, depending on what part of the world you live in, we have Mars the Warrior, currently in Gemini, the sign of information, messages, communication. And it's in a positive aspect to Jupiter in Aquarius. Jupiter rules expansion. Jupiter rules our belief systems. Jupiter rules abundance and prosperity as well. And it is a positive connection. So I think with Mars being in the communication sign of Gemini, which is an air sign, Jupiter being in the higher mind sign of Aquarius, which is an air sign, I think a lot of the benefits are going to do through networking and reaching out to other people. So whether it's communication by phone or email, networking, in some way, shape, or form, I feel like this gives us the opportunity to expand our ideas out into the world. And this happens about the same time that the sun is squaring Pluto. So again, there might be some power and control things, power and control energies that are going on. And we're going through this death and rebirth process within ourselves. But if we communicate properly and we kind of put ourselves out there. Gemini likes to put ourselves out there in many different places. So don't hone in on just necessarily one. Try many different things. Try connecting with or networking with a lot of different people in a lot of different areas. That's going to be your best bet. But this can bring about, again, some great benefit, some great expansion into something positive here. Also on Saturday the 17th, Mercury, the planet that rules our thoughts, our ideas, our perceptions, and our communication, is in a positive connection to Jupiter and Mars. So not only is Mars connecting positively to Jupiter, but Mercury is also connecting positive to both Mars and Jupiter as well. So again, that just supports the idea of messages, information, talking to other people, writing to other people, presenting yourself verbally to other people. That's going to be where you gain great benefits here. Now, that's an opportunity, but you have to take advantage of that opportunity to kind of reach out and connect with other people. Also on Saturday the 17th, Mercury is now in a challenging connection to Pluto. So again, there might be words of power and control. You know, there might be communications, conversations to where there's some power and control issues. But through staying strong and confident, because again, both the sun, which was on Friday squaring Pluto, and now Mercury on Saturday squaring Pluto, they're both in Aries. So we have to stand in our sense of self. Our self-identity has to be strong. Our self-confidence has to be strong. Our courage has to be strong. We have to be independent. We have to be a leader. And if we do so in our communications, and we stand strong in our confidence, then this transformation can end up being a benefit. But sometimes it's through challenge where we gain benefits. So just watch for, again, some power and control issues or disempowering circumstances that might arise. On Sunday the 18th, Mars is now in what we call an inconjunct aspect to Pluto. So now Mars is connecting with Pluto in a kind of a weird, funky way through this inconjunct aspect, which means we have to adjust something. And Mars, again, is in Gemini, the communication sign, the sign of information and messages. So we might have to adjust how we're speaking to other people. We might have to adjust who we're sharing our ideas with and make sure we're choosing wisely who we're sharing those ideas with. That's going to be part of the empowerment transformation process for us. And then also on Sunday, the Sun and Mercury finally come together. As they have been doing their dance with Pluto, they're now coming together on Sunday in that sign of Aries to where we feel especially confident and strong and able to communicate or share our ideas and perceptions and messages. So let's go ahead and take a look at the messages from our angels and guides here for the week. The first card is the 10 of Fire, the 10 of Ancients, the 10 of Wands. This is the tortoise in this particular deck. And so what do you think of when you see a tortoise or a turtle? You think of slow movement, right? And it does say at the bottom, movement through pressures. So there might be challenges this week. There might be pressures, or we might have a feeling of burden or overwhelm, or there's a lot going on or a lot we're carrying. But the number 10 means that we're almost at the end of something. The number 10 is the last of the minor arcana before we get into the court card. So we're nearing the end of whatever these pressures and challenges are. And if we stay persistent and determined and patient and move slowly, we'll get through it. Okay, so that's the message here, is you're going to get through it. Just, stay steadfast, which is a key word for Taurus. Remember, Venus is moving into Taurus on Wednesday. Taurus is about patience, moving slowly, and being steadfast and practical. And so if you do all of those things, you're going to get through these challenges. Now, the second card came out as 2 cards here. So let's take a look at the first of those 2 cards. Okay, we have the 8 of Winged Ones, which is the 8 of Air, the 8 of Swords. And in this deck, it's the Grackle. And it says, time to free emotions and anxieties. Okay, there's a lot of Mercury stuff going on this week, right? Mercury's connecting with Jupiter, with Mars, with Pluto, and then with the Sun. And Mercury is that planet of communication, ideas, thoughts, and perceptions. But our mind might be getting in our way, right? The 8 of Swords can mean that we're feeling disempowered by our own thoughts, disempowered by our own belief systems, disempowered by our own perceptions. So those fears and anxieties are creeping into the ego mind. And as this said, or as this says, it's time to free ourselves of those. Those are just, our ego mind is getting in the way and kind of sometimes making up scenarios that haven't occurred and therefore may never happen. The number 8 is about empowerment in numerology. So empower yourself or take back your power regarding these fears and anxieties and move forward with confidence. Let's see what came out with that card. Get more of an idea. Oh, I like it. This is the 6 of Winged Ones. The 6 of Winged Ones is the 6 of Swords, or the 6 of Air. Now, out of all the Swords cards, this is one out of about maybe 2 that are the easiest to contend with, because all the swords are about the mind. Again, it's about the ego thoughts. The number 6, though, is a balanced number. It's a very balanced number, as above, so below. If you think about a 6-pointed Star of David, it's a very balanced configuration. And this is the dove. The dove is gentle. It's got a beautiful singing voice. It's very kind of a nurturing sort of energy, almost a mothering sort of energy when it coos, and it has that sound that you hear on your morning walks. It says moving between cycles and worlds. So what I feel from this is that we might be moving in and out and back and forth between feeling empowered and disempowered, feeling confident and lacking confidence. And that kind of shows up in the astrology for the week too. With the Sun challenging Pluto and Mercury challenging Pluto, and even Mars in a weird aspect to Pluto. That can be where there's some disempowerment, some feelings of feeling challenged. But a lot of the other energies, Mars is in a positive energy to Jupiter, bringing in those benefits and blessings through positive communication. Mercury connects to Jupiter and Mars in a positive way. The Sun connects to Mercury in a positive way at the end of the week. So I feel like we're moving in and out and back and forth between this idea of feeling confident and inspired and leadership-oriented, take charge-oriented to move forward, but then sometimes maybe running into a little bit of a challenge or running into a situation or a person that's disempowering us. And again, that energy that's disempowering us might be our own thoughts, perceptions, or belief systems. So release yourself, like it says here, from the fears and anxieties and move more into the balance of the dove here. All right, so the last card for the week, it's the 4 of Cups, or the 4 of Shapeshifters here in this deck. And this is the stick bug. Now, the number 4 is about practical matters. The number 4 is about manifestation. The number 4 sometimes can get stuck in a rut, though, or be too closed-minded. At the bottom, it actually says that there's activity going on beneath the surface. The cup suit is the suit of emotions. And so we might be restricting our own emotional nature, or we might feel limited or restricted in expressing our emotions, or we might feel limited and restricted in expressing other feelings like joy and happiness, and feeling excited, or, in a state of adventure. And so I feel like, with that message of activity going on beneath the surface, there's something transforming underneath, as far as in your own self, as well as in situations and circumstances outside of you. I think that's that Pluto influence that's going on. Pluto is kind of like a volcano, to where there's stuff bubbling beneath the surface. And so we might be going through an inner transformation emotionally, or through an inner transformation as far as our energies and sense of power. But situations and circumstances in our life also might be going through some sort of shift that we can't quite see or put our finger on yet. It's not quite shown itself yet, because there's something going on behind the scenes. There's something going on underneath it all. And we might have to wait a little bit for it to kind of show itself in our, real world, so to speak. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the special message card depending on your stone of choice. So for those that chose the snakeskin jasper, special message for the week. Snakeskin jasper. Okay, this one's really calling my attention. And it says third eye, the third eye. So we need to kind of expand that. Jupiter in Aquarius can be very much claircognizant and expanding into higher perceptions. So if we can expand that third eye, if we can open up our psychic perception, and you can see that this person down here at the bottom is almost in a meditative kind of stance. And that's the best way to actually tune into your higher self. It's the best way to open up your psychic gifts. You can focus on the third eye and seeing that indigo color of blue at the third eye. That's going to be your center of other psychic perceptions too, like clairvoyance and clairaudience. So I feel like there's things to be seen on a deeper level. Sort of like that card, the stick bug, where there's something going on beneath the surface of things. There's information that's kind of going on within our higher soul self. And our higher soul self knows what that is, has those psychic messages, has those intuitive messages. So if we can connect with our higher self, if we can connect to opening up, allowing our third eye to open as much as is appropriate for us right now, through spiritual exercises or meditation or getting out in nature or chanting or listening to spiritual music. Those are all going to be ways to where higher perceptions, higher information, psychic and intuitive messages and impressions can come in to guide you on the next step of your path. All right. So for those of you that chose the picture jasper, special message for picture jasper people. This one's calling my attention here. Ooh, the eagle. This has a similar feel of higher perceptions, doesn't it? The eagle flies high. The eagle spreads its wings. The wingspan of the eagle is quite large. And so we're expanding our wings. We're rising higher. We're rising to great heights. We're looking at things from a higher perspective. And we're getting ready to soar, or we are soaring already, and we need to stay flying high, basically. Don't descend. Don't come down. Don't allow yourself to be pulled down or disempowered. Fly high like the sun, like the eagle here, okay? The light is shining down upon the eagle, lighting its way, showing the way, okay? We have a lot of beautiful growth here in the card. We've got a valley of beautiful red flowers. And that's kind of activation to me of the Kundalini energy. To me, this is kind of like crown chakra, third eye chakra, of flying high and expanding and looking at the higher perceptions of what's going on, visualization, setting your intentions and sending them out to the universe. But then here we have the red of the root chakra. We can bring those down into manifestation. We can bring the light of our vision down into manifestation. on the earth plane, and that's a result of this eagle medicine that's going on. And eagles are very confident too. Confident, and when they see what it is that they're looking for or hunting for, they kind of just go after it, right? They don't hesitate. And that's kind of what you have to do as well. There's something you want in your life, a goal, go after it. Be confident. Don't hesitate, okay? All right. And then for those of you that chose the Dragon's Blood Jasper, special message for Dragon's Blood Jasper. This one's calling my attention. Ooh, the Lovers. I don't know how this got stuck in there. So there must be something going on in relationship for you guys with the Dragon's Blood Jasper. And we have a full moon here in the background. So this might indicate that the next full moon that we have coming up might hold some sort of significance to answering any question that you might have about relationships. And I feel like we might say relationships in general, not just necessarily of a romantic nature. So friendships, family relationships as well. The Lovers, though, indicates that we need a sense of equality and empowerment on both sides of whatever relationship we're talking about. So we need harmony, we need balance, we need equality, compromise. That's how, we in any kind of relationship are going to have the best experience. So look to the full moon energies to bring something to a head. And as far as what that is, only the universe knows, right? It's going to bring something to a head. And it might be an awareness. Maybe it brings some sort of awareness about the relationship into our, spiritual awareness and perceptions, so that we're able to appropriately make adjustments within ourselves or within the relationship itself in order for it to heal or move forward. This could also be for some of you that you're looking for a romantic soulmate or that relationship. And my angels and guides are saying now that not to focus necessarily on just the next full moon, but I feel like there's something about moon cycles. In fact, they're saying to put your intentions out on the next full moon. What is it that you want to attract in a romantic soulmate? What kind of person do you want to have in romantic relationship? So the next full moon comes up, set those intentions and do some sort of ceremony work to send it out to the universe. And then trust in divine timing, trust in the divine unfolding as far as when that's going to happen for you. It's going to be very magical. You got the magical mystery of the universe here in the background. So trust in that lunar power to assist you in pulling forth or magnetizing to you what it is that you want. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening or watching the weekly intuitive reading and the monthly intuitive reading. I hope you've watched that as well. Thank you for your support, your comments. Thank you for subscribing to the channel or sharing the video. I appreciate you all so very much, and I send you all lots of love and light and many, many angel blessings.